Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I'm keeping things simple, going back to basics. No green screen behind me. This is my house. I am Nick Ramsey. I'm an English teacher in Japan. I've been here for over 20 years. Nice to meet you. Thank you for visiting the channel. I want to go a little quicker today. I feel like my last couple of videos were a little too long. So let's jump into it. We've got some small talk and my topic is COVID-19 vaccination. I had my second vaccination this morning. Just this morning. Got my little plaster. You might say band-aid. In England we say plaster, or at least we did when I was a kid. Anyway, I'm very relieved to have had 2 vaccinations now, Moderna. Maybe I will get a fever later today or tomorrow, I hope not. Okay, moving on, the topic today is Prince William, and he has made a promise to do what he can to fight climate change. So Prince William, of course, you know, here he is, handsome fellow. And he was, well, there was an article in the Mirror newspaper, at least on the Mirror website. And let's read this. Please repeat or shadow talk. Okay, ready? Here we go. Prince William made a personal vow to be able to look his children in the eye and promise them he did all he could to fight climate change, as he made plans to launch an ambitious environmental project to save the planet. Okay? The phrase I'm going to take is he made a personal vow. He made a personal vow. So let's jump to the whiteboard, the Google Jamboard. And to make a vow, let me see, 3 example uses. I made a vow to never make the same mistake again. A vow is a deep, meaningful promise. I made a vow to never make the same mistake again. Okay, number 2. The bride and groom memorized their wedding vows. Okay, the bride and groom, the couple getting married, they memorized their wedding vows, the promises they make to each other on their wedding day. One more example. Let me see. Oh yes. I vow to get my revenge. You might see this in a movie or an animation. I vow to get my revenge. Okay. Right then, so going back to Prince William and the article, here we are. Please repeat or shadow talk. Here we go. What is the maximum positive personal contribution I can make in the next 10 years in the fight against climate change? What am I going to do in the next decade that means I can look my children in the eye and say that I did my bit? Okay, so I'm going to take the phrase I did my bit. To do one's bit. And we'll go back to the Jamboard. To do one's bit means to make a useful contribution to an effort or cause. For example, I do my bit to keep the neighborhood clean. I do my bit, I do my bit to keep the neighborhood clean. I weed the park and pick up litter. Let me write that. I weed the park and pick up litter. Whoops. Litter. Okay? By the way, British English, of course, neighbourhood, has a U in it. I'll take that out for now. I've been teaching American English for such a long time. Okay, number 2, let's see, I do my bit. I try to do my bit for the environment. I try to do my bit for the environment. For example, I don't waste electricity. Whoops. I don't waste electricity. Okay. I try to do my bit for the environment. For example, I don't waste electricity or water. Okay, and then finally, number 3. Come on! Excuse my typos, my spelling mistakes, my typos. Come on, you've got to do your bit. And a very similar expression, chip in. Chip in, it means help out a little. Another one, give us a hand. Okay? Come on, you've got to do your bit. Chip in, give us a hand. Okay, great. So that's to do my bit. And we'll go back to the final part of the article. Please repeat or shadow talk. Here we go. The challenge facing our planet is immense. Humans have taken too many fish from the sea. We have cleared too many trees, burned too much fossil fuel, and produced too much waste. The damage we are doing is no longer incremental but exponential, and we are fast reaching a tipping point. Okay, and the phrase I want to take is a tipping point. A tipping point means the point at which a series of small changes become significant enough, become big enough to cause an even bigger, larger change. So let's have a look at some examples. Go back to the whiteboard, the Jamboard. Let me clear this. Okay. Let me see. First of all, I feel like I've reached my tipping point. I can't stand this job anymore. I feel like I've reached my tipping point. I can't stand this job anymore. It's very similar to breaking point. You can't take it anymore. You're going to quit your job and do something else. Make a really big change. Okay, number 2. The WHO, the World Health Organization, warned of a tipping point in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic. The WHO warned of a tipping point in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic. So in this case, it could go either way. For example, more and more people are infected, and then it reaches a tipping point where suddenly everybody becomes infected. Or, in an opposite sense, more and more people are getting vaccinated, and then we cross the tipping point where the virus can no longer spread and is eradicated, disappears. let me just put that here. To be eradicated, removed, begone. Okay, and then one more using tipping point. I hope I can fit it in. Oh yes, not tipping point, but a similar phrase. A similar phrase. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. I've reached my limit. I've reached my limit. Any more chocolate and I'll be sick. That's enough for me. I've reached my limit. Any more chocolate and I'll be sick. You've reached your tipping point. No more chocolate or something bad will happen. All right, good job. Let's go back to the article. That's from the Mirror. The article is called Prince William Makes Heartfelt Point About His Kids as He Vows to Fight Climate Change. And good for him. I'm happy to hear him step up and do some take action. All right. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions. But before I do, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you. And let's get into these questions. The first question is what have you made a vow to do? Pause the video, answer the question. Okay? What have you made a vow to do? Right, yes. Oh, that's a good vow. That's a very good vow. Okay, so in my case, I have promised myself, I've made a vow to myself that I will cut down on how much fish and meat I eat. Not for animal rights, not even for my health, but because of the damage that farming and fishing is doing to the world. Just cut down a little, you know. Okay, question 2. Let's see, question 2 is, what do you do to help out your local community? Pause the video and answer the question. All right, that's good. That's really good. I don't do very much. I have to weed the park, and every now and again I'm on rubbish duty. I have to unlock this special room where we throw our rubbish, and then at the end of the week I have to clean it out and lock the door and pass the key to my neighbour. It's not really voluntary though. I have to do it. So yeah. Anyway, the last question is, have you ever reached a tipping point? Pause the video and answer the question. Okay, wow, yes, that is a tipping point. In my case, recently I looked at my belly, and I've gained quite a lot of belly fat. I used to teach English at kindergarten, so I was always running and jumping and hopping and skipping and keeping in shape. But I finished that in March this year, and now I'm gaining a few kilograms. So I've reached a tipping point, and enough is enough. I'm going to start exercising more and eating fewer snacks. All right, everybody, we'll finish there today. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.